They thought I would be too broken to fight back. But when your pain turns into strength, no one can stop you. My name is Elena. I'm 29. Growing up, my life was split into two chapters, before my mother died and after. My mother, Elena, was strong and soft at the same time, an entrepreneur who built her own fashion label and the only person who ever truly saw me. She made sure I knew I was enough, even when my father, Victor, made me feel like I was just a shadow. After her death, that shadow grew darker. My mother died suddenly, car crash. I was 16. My father remarried in less than a year to a woman named Dahlia. She was elegant, calculating, and from the first moment she entered our house, she claimed it. Not openly, of course. She was smarter than that. It started with little changes, removing my mother's photos, changing the curtains, replacing the staff who'd been with us for years. Then came the manipulation. Elena, darling, don't wear that, it doesn't flatter your figure. Your mother always spoiled you too much. We're doing what's best for you. Always said with a smile that didn't reach her eyes. She brought her daughter too, Sierra. My age. A walking contradiction. Sugar-sweet when adults were around, venomous when they weren't. She called me charity behind closed doors. Said I was just a placeholder, a pity project left behind by a dead woman. What no one knew, what even I didn't fully grasp, was that my mother left everything to me. Her shares, her company, even the house. But the will stipulated I could only access the full estate after marriage or at age 30, whichever came first. My father was furious when the lawyers read it. He was her husband, but she had seen something in him, some darkness, and tried to protect me from it. She just hadn't protected me from everyone. When I turned 27, my father sat me down with a forced smile and said he'd found someone for me. A good man, he said. Stable, kind, and rich in character. That's how they sold it. But this wasn't about love. It was about unlocking the estate early. The man's name was Adrian. At first, he seemed perfect. Polished, polite, and distant in just the right way. But there was something too rehearsed about him. The way he answered questions with just enough warmth. The way he agreed with everything my father said. Something didn't feel right. But I was trapped. My father threatened to cut me off financially. He said I owed him my obedience. And Dahlia whispered poison in my ear about family duty and how a woman must make sacrifices. So I married him. The wedding was lavish, suffocating, and fake. My father smiled like a man who'd just pulled off a heist. Dahlia wept tears of joy, her arms wrapped around me like chains. Sierra played her role, dutiful bridesmaid, glittering eyes, all the while casting smug looks at Adrian, as if they shared a secret. And maybe they did. The first few months of marriage were quiet. Adrian was cold, but civil. He traveled often, claimed it was for business. I didn't mind, I preferred the silence. I used the time to reconnect with my mother's lawyer and slowly started understanding the vastness of the estate. That was my mistake. I should have kept quiet. Because that's when things changed. Adrian started watching me more closely. He installed security cameras without asking. I'd come home to find my documents rifled through, things slightly out of place. He began isolating me, subtle discouragements from seeing friends, guilt-tripping me for visiting my mother's grave, accusing me of being emotionally unavailable. Then one night, I overheard them. Dahlia's voice, sharp as glass, coming from my father's study. I was walking past on the way to the kitchen and paused, just out of sight. He needs to do it before her birthday, she hissed. If she turns 30, the will triggers and we lose everything. But Adrian said he has a plan. My father whispered. Then let him finish it. She was never meant to last this long. Said Dahlia. My breath caught. The hallway felt like it was closing in on me. I backed away, slowly, carefully, and ran to my room. For weeks after that, I played dumb. Smiled. Acted normal. Meanwhile, I installed hidden cameras of my own. I backed up emails, recorded conversations, visited the lawyer in secret. And I waited. I didn't know how or when they'd try to kill me. Only that they would. It happened on the eve of my 29th birthday. Adrian re-suggested a getaway. Just the two of us. Somewhere peaceful. The coast. I agreed. Packed a bag. Kissed him goodbye as he went to make arrangements. I left the cameras rolling. That night, I received an email from a burner account. It had a video. I opened it, and what I saw made my blood freeze. Adrian and Sierra. In my bedroom. Kissing. Laughing. Holding a bottle of poison. She'll drink it after dinner, Sierra said. It's tasteless. She won't even know. Adrian grinned. Once she's gone, we marry. And everything's ours. The final piece clicked into place. Sierra. She had always wanted what I had. The house, the clothes, the name. She wanted Adrian too. But not until he served his purpose. I didn't go on that trip. Instead, I went to the police. With every file. Every video. Every voice recording. My lawyer prepared a case so airtight, even my father's influence couldn't crack it. Adrian was arrested the next morning, found with poison in his car, and flight plans to disappear after the accident. My father and Dahlia were charged with conspiracy to commit murder, fraud, and estate tampering. Sierra. She tried to flee the country, but she was caught at the airport, wearing my mother's ring. The trial was ugly. But public. I made sure of that. I wanted the world to see what had been done to me. I stood on that witness stand and told them everything, about the manipulation, the coercion, the slow, deliberate plan to erase me. I won. I got the divorce. I got my mother's legacy back. And I made sure none of them would ever come near me again. But winning didn't feel like I thought it would. You don't come out of something like that whole. You come out changed. Hardened. More cautious. I walk through life now knowing that sometimes, the hands that raised you are the ones that aim the knife. But I also learned something else. I'm not fragile. I am not disposable. I am not the shadow they tried to shape me into. I am Elena. And I made it out of their trap alive. That is something they never planned for. And it is the one thing they'll never be able to erase. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more. Your support keeps the stories coming.